Welcome to Comic Chop News. I'm Dan, and today, on Thanksgiving, I'm going to be doing a non-spoiler review of Creed 2. This movie was actually pretty great. I was expecting to be a little bit of a downer coming off of the job Coogler did on part 1, but I was pleasantly surprised. From the moment the movie starts, you're right in it with his first fight going for the championship, and Rocky comes out and gives this speech. Kind of got me hyped with him saying, "There's 3 steps into that ring, and it feels like a mountain when you climb it." I'm probably not doing it justice, but I loved it. There is this weird theme of the movie where it becomes about family, pressure. Rocky and Drago, they meet, and you realize that they're 2 broken men who, from that fight on, their paths went drastic, where one was a disappointment, the other one had the fame, but at the same time, they were both never came out the same after it. Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson, Phylicia Rashad, Stallone, even Drago, and the gentleman playing his son, especially for the Dragos, where you don't get a lot of vocal moments, but I got to give Lundgren credit. He had a performance where you could see this pain and just the way he expressed this frustration and disappointment of where his life went after that fight. And there is a scene near the end where they catch a moment with Victor Drago where he looks into the crowd and you can just see this soul-crushing hurt and pain on his face, where I gotta give it credit. I mean, Capel, where I will say some of the fights didn't look as smooth as Coogler's in Creed 1. There are so many scenes that are just heartbreaking outside of the ring with these expectations, the mental breakdown of being a fighter. I know a lot of people have come down in reviews of the movie so far saying it's not as good as part 1, but there's so many movies where you can say part 2 is not as good as part 1. Even Rocky 2 they said wasn't as good as part 1. I have to give this movie 9 Yo Adrians out of 10. Stallone, he's not on it very much. At the end, you get this heartbreaking scene that it leads up to the whole movie. I don't want to spoil it because it's beautiful and you can see the pain on his face. And there's 2 moments going on at the same time at the end. The end fight is fantastic. There's also one of the longest training montages I believe I've ever seen. And I was on the edge of my seat watching it because it was fascinating. Michael B. Jordan can express so many things where he could be the biggest asshole, but at the same time he's charming. And there's this mental anguish and pain after one of the fights where Tessa Thompson and him are having this conversation. And Phylicia Rashad also, there's just so many good things to say about the performances in this movie, and I give it all the credit in the world. I definitely recommend you go out and see it because it is a movie of beauty. I know I'm a shill for Rocky movies. I loved most of them except for maybe the one with Tommy Gunn. I think that was part 5. And even that had its moments, but this movie has such emotional weight to it that it's hard not to love. And I got a little misty at some of the scenes. I gotta say, the fights with Coogler's first movie were much better shot. Some of the shots were a little muddy, where the motion just wasn't as fluid. That could be the choreography too. But overall, I was very impressed, and it was a great showing, and you should go out and see it. I highly recommend it. So this is me, and this is my non-spoiler review, and I want to wish everybody and their family a happy Thanksgiving. And like always, if you like the video, like it, share it, subscribe. Anyway, love you guys, and to all my viewers and subscribers, thank you very much. I appreciate it.